One of the most iconic bouts in boxing history was the 2015 showdown between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Now, years later, talks of a potential rematch have resurfaced, with Mayweather reportedly confronting Pacquiao about the idea of meeting again in December. Reflecting on their first encounter, Pacquiao recently admitted there's one major regret he carries from that fight. "If I could change one thing in my career, it would be asking to postpone the 2015 fight against Floyd," Manny said. "I injured my shoulder during training and it worsened after the third round. Pushing forward with the fight despite the injury is my biggest regret." Pacquiao has long been vocal about wanting a real rematch, not an exhibition, with Mayweather. After his loss in 2015, he remained determined to face Floyd again under proper conditions. "I don't think he'll do a rematch with me," Pacquiao stated. "I think he's scared to death to fight again. That's just my honest opinion. I can beat him easily. I don't want an exhibition. I want a true 12-round fight." For his part, Mayweather has been less enthusiastic about another clash with his old rival. "We had the chance to do it when it mattered most," Floyd said, in recent years. "I went out there, made history, and the world saw the result." Pacquiao officially retired from boxing in September 2021, just a month after suffering a decisive defeat to former WBA welterweight champion Yordenis Ugas. In an emotional farewell, he said, "My boxing career is over. I've been in this sport."
I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time?
He does.
Against, not an exhibition, a professional fight?
He wants a real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have, I haven't let him choose anyone yet. But the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife calls me up and says, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, sometimes he's gonna fight. I agree with you. He's gonna fight.
When Ricky Hatton discussed the possibility of facing either Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, he made it clear that an exhibition with Floyd would be a completely different experience. "It's very hard to say," Hatton admitted. "Me and Marco had an understanding in our exhibition. We agreed to make it competitive. But Floyd's exhibitions, he's just taking the piss out of everyone. Look at his last fight. He was mocking his opponent and it turned nasty. Do I want to be part of a circus? Probably not. I think I'd have a better chance of fighting. Manny, he seems like a genuine guy. Not that Floyd isn't. I'm just judging based on what I've seen in his recent exhibitions." In more recent developments, Conor McGregor also tried to set up a fight with Manny Pacquiao. McGregor, known for his ventures between MMA and boxing, said, "Boxing, boxing, boxing, I've been thinking about it. One of us in the MMA world is going to have to disrupt this boxing run. We need to switch roles, and then it's MMA's time. I feel like I'm the one who can do that." McGregor revealed that there had been real discussions about a potential bout. "Manny and I were brought together."
Do you genuinely dislike Conor McGregor?
Yes. I don't like him at all.
Does it help you when you don't like the guy you're fighting to train and to be motivated?
It really doesn't matter. If the payday there and the fans want to see it, then we're going to make it happen.
Do you dislike Manny Pacquiao?
No, I don't dislike Manny.
You don't? Did you dislike him before the fight?
No.
No. Is there a thing that happens after the fight where you actually start to have an affection for the other guy, where you feel like, okay, now, no, I'm not, I don't mean it in a weird way. I mean, like where you're like, like I remember being on the playground. Will you make love to Conor McGregor?
A potential rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather appears to be gaining momentum, with Pacquiao recently confirming he is actively training for an exhibition bout in December, likely in Japan. "I'm still active," Manny said. "I'm an active guy, and I'm actively training. I have an exhibition match coming this December in Japan. We're working on it. The opponent? We're working with Mayweather. Yes, a Mayweather fight." While fans are excited by the possibility, opinions are divided on the outcome. Floyd Mayweather Sr. expressed confidence in his son's dominance, stating, "Man, my son would kick his ass the second, third, fourth, and fifth time." However, legendary promoter Bob Arum believes Manny would come out on top this time, if that fight happens. It's probably worth doing because it would be a huge, huge event, Arum said. Manny Pacquiao would win. He already went out on a high note with the win over Keith Thurman. I'd recommend he retire now, but at the end of the day, he makes his own choices. Pacquiao's longtime trainer, Freddie Roach, also believes Manny could defeat Mayweather in a rematch and even knock him out. "I really think Manny can knock him out," Roach said. "That's a fight we want. I'd like to get that one back." Manny had an injury in the first fight, but even then, we lost by a close decision. I know he can do much better. Floyd's last couple of fights, against a kickboxer and Conor McGregor, weren't impressive. I think this is the right time to catch him. I do think the rematch could happen, probably next year. And if it does, a healthy Manny with no injuries? I love that fight. Adrian Broner, meanwhile, believed a rematch should have already happened and expects the same result. They'll fight again. That's why they're doing all this cap.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money he made.
Floyd Mayweather has made it crystal clear. He has no doubts about the outcome, no matter how many times he and Manny Pacquiao face off. Confident as ever, Floyd stated, "I won. I knew I won. I knew I was the better fighter. We fight 10 times. I'm going to win 10 times. We fight 20 times. I'm going to win 20 times. We fight 100 times. I'm going to win all 100. Manny Pacquiao is just not a better fighter than me. No way, no how." Mayweather didn't stop there. He was a beat fighter from round 1, and he knew it. He knew he couldn't beat Floyd. Mayweather. "Manny Pacquiao, you are not on my level, and you never will be. Period. Simple and plain." Still, Floyd had one final message. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind.